Hey Explorers, it's Jessica. How's it going? It's Thursday, June 3rd, 8 p.m. I did not announce that I was going live because I never do announce it before I do. It's always like a whim. Um, yeah, I actually had an interview before for another YouTube channel and I had all my lights set up and I thought, hey, let me just go in and do a live because I didn't have a video prepared for this week. So I looked at the date and I realized that it had been just about a year since we've actually really been in the RV, which is crazy. For those of you that don't know, we were full-time RVing starting October 2015, and then I was diagnosed with cancer and I had surgery and I had a port installed, and then I started chemo this time last year. And as soon as I started that, I stopped being in the RV just because I was physically uncomfortable. And I also needed the support of my parents. We still had the RV, and we actually had full unlimited internet in there, and Danny would actually go over there every single day and spend some time with the cat. And also he would go over there and play games all day while mom was in the house recovering or off getting chemo or something. So it was an interesting dynamic. Fast forward a year and no more cancer. And, right now we are in a house and we're still figuring out our next steps. But yeah, it's definitely really weird to not be in an RV. And, every time I talk about it, about RVing or answer questions, or, I'm still writing and obviously producing content about RVing and everything. I just really want to get back there. But we're not in a position right now to do so. If you are here, say hey, and I am open to answering any questions that you might have. It's just me tonight. Robert is currently in Colorado working out there, and I am here. Hey, Cheeseburger. How's it going? Welcome. Anybody else can chime in, say hey, where you're joining from, and if you have any questions about anything, about me, about the weather, I don't care. RVing, it's I will answer them. And hey, RV SWAT, hello, and Darren Craft, hi. Oh, from North Carolina, awesome. And I know RV SWAT, you guys are right now, I think, working still with DigiKey. Cheeseburger is in South Colorado. I was going to say South Carolina. The S and the C immediately did that for me. South Colorado. Oh, I'd love to be in Colorado right now. Robert and I are trying to come up with, in a few weeks or something, hopefully the family going over there to Colorado and spending some time out there because it's been too long. We're fully vaccinated right now, so we are kind of itching to do something, go anywhere. I know everyone went through this also during COVID and 2020 and all that stuff, and some people are still going through it depending on people's different health and wherever they are geographically. Not everything is opened up, but it's hard when you have itchy feet and you long for travel and you're not able to. It can be really hard. Yeah, Darren, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm doing well as well. And actually tomorrow I get some PET scan results, and that will determine whether or not I get to have my port removed. So I'm really excited about that. I'm looking forward to be without a port. It's just kind of one step over to, whatever normal is, whatever that means. That'll be really nice because having this port, although very convenient and amazing while I was getting chemo, I'm ready for it to go. Yeah, and I'm gonna have some Propel. So I don't know if you guys ever check out the blog, exploringthelocallife.com. got a lot of content over there. But last week I did a blog post, and it was about ridiculous complaints of RV parks because I'm also working on a big blog post about the best RV parks on the beach in Florida. And in my research, I was reading reviews because I don't want to be, even if I had a great experience somewhere, I want to see how people, what their take has been on it. Sometimes there was one park that we had such a great time and it had such great ratings, and then COVID hit, and I guess their customer service or whatever was going on, I don't know, it tanked. So now, I'm not going to recommend that one. Or if I do, I'm going to have a little caveat there like, hey, when we went, it was whatever. We're seeing these reviews. I would just say, take it with a grain of salt, whether you want to go there or not. The location is great and stuff like that. But anyway, in reading that, I found some really, really crazy comments out there and complaints. I just, it's kind of, I was kind of surprised, I guess. It just seems like, RVing now, I think people expect a lot more of it being almost like going to a hotel resort, but you bring your RV, but all those services, amenities, and that level of whatever's there. They expect it to be like resort grounds where everything is very manicured, and maybe they come and spray for stuff, and everything is, they pressure wash everything. It's less about, we're going out camping. We happen to have our motorhome or RV with us, and we're just going to go and do s'mores. And if they have a pool, cool, we'll do that. And just like realizing you're kind of like in the outdoors, and you're not really roughing it, but when you step outside, you're outside in like the wilderness. But it just seems like so many people were complaining about it not being all manicured and stuff. And I was just kind of surprised about that. I don't know how you guys feel about that. If you're expecting it to be super manicured, or if you go in for the adventure of it, we're really laid back. So for us, if it's all beautifully manicured and there's no mosquitoes, that's like a bonus. But we're not there for that. We're there for adventure, and whatever happens, so it's a different view. Hey, Patricia, thanks for joining. Thank you for joining and your kind comment. I appreciate it. But I really had no agenda coming on tonight, which maybe was not the greatest thing ever, but that's where we are. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know, or else I will just keep chatting away. Let's see, Darren, people want results with all the resorts with all the amenities. It's not like camping used to be. Yeah, I know. And I'm not even a how camping used to be kind of person. I didn't go camping as a kid or anything. It's all been in my adulthood. But yeah, I really find it just I guess I can tell you one of them, right? There was somebody that was staying in a resort that shall be not named right now, in the Keys, and they complained that the beach had seaweed and that they had to walk a really long distance in the water to get to swimmable water. And they complained about the RV park, like to the RV park about the beach. Like, that's the ocean. That's a natural body. Like, there's it's a real beach. That's how they are. They're seaweed. And sometimes they're shallow until you get to a certain point. And sometimes the water is really warm. Like if you're in the Gulf of Mexico, like that's not the results or resorts, the RV parks, whatever responsibility. That was just crazy. And they complained also that it was, there was a lot of road noise. If they had looked at the map, it was literally like, here's the RV park and here's the interstate going past it directly. Like, yeah, there's going to be road noise, and it's in the Keys. It's the only road that you can take in and out of there. What were they thinking? It was so ridiculous. I was like, yeah. Hi, Super Deuce Coop. Nice to see you. Oh, yeah, Darren, I do like a nice resort here and there as well. But, I do realize that some RV parks even call themselves resorts, and they may not be. That's when looking at Google, the satellite view of it, or whatever third-party thing that you use to verify the fact that it actually is what it is. If it isn't a resort, that everything's paved, that everything's this, that everything's that, you can tell by looking at a satellite view versus looking at the stock footage that they have on their website. Not best practices by the RV parks, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But anyway, I am just hanging out here, hoping that it rains. We are in Central Florida, and we are looking to find a place somewhere along the beach. That's the dream. That's the ideal place. And we're still working out how we're gonna, what an RV trip is gonna look like in the future for us. And yeah, I know travel fair type of stuff, hoteling it, and to be going on a cruise in November, which I'm really excited about, which I plan to film and share our experience of it all. So that should be a lot of fun. But again, I'm here for any questions or comments if you have any. I'm just literally sitting here with all the lighting that I could find and available to answer any questions. And if nobody chimes in, I'm just gonna, head out and, do my own thing. Yeah, Darren says sometimes they like to rough it and sometimes they like to resort it. Yeah, a lot of what we would do often with our RV travels, we would definitely do like a roughing it, maybe even stay a week somewhere boondocking, which if you guys don't know, that's RVing without any hookups, no water, no electricity, no sewer dump, nothing. You're just out there with nothing. And then after doing that, we would basically go to the other end of the spectrum. We're like, where's the pool, the clubhouse, all the hookups, like internet, everything you got. We want it. And then usually would stay a week or two maybe, and then go back to the boondocking. So we would go back and forth. After a week of, taking 5-second showers or just doing wipes, yeah, after a while, you just gotta, I applaud. There's a lot of people that actually just boondock all the time. And I'm like, that is amazing. I don't know how you guys did it. Great. Not having solar and not having, large holding capacity and having a full family of 4, boondocking for us was a little bit rough for longer than a week. So we didn't, there was one time where we boondocked for like a month. It was in Colorado. It was during the filming of the RV Nomads movie. But we had I don't want to call it a support team, but what ended up being, all of us that were there for the filming, and we all banded together. So, there was a huge 100-gallon water thing that would come around and fill you up with water, and also help you dump your stuff and take out your garbage. And I had a generator, so I would run it every now and then just to make sure the batteries didn't die and stuff like that. So I wasn't alone. When you're banded together like that, it makes the boondocking experience a lot easier when people can help you back and forth and stuff. Hey, Jennifer. Let's see, you're living in the RV on property after a house fire. Oh gosh, Jennifer, I'm so sorry about that. I hope everything's okay. Are you guys rebuilding your house, or are you planning on RVing full time, or what do you guys, what's going on there? Wow, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Let's see, Darren. Do you guys have any type of solar power system for off the grid or boondocking trips? Nope. Nothing. We didn't even have the kind, the little briefcase ones that you would set out. We had none of that. I think we had we have an emergency, we still have it. We have an emergency radio that's solar that you can actually plug things into. That's all the solar we had. It was just our Gladiator. Oh my gosh. Generator. Drawing a blank. Hey, Greg's Travels. The memories that you're are making with your children are valuable. Being in nature with my parents are some of my best memories. I know it's wonderful. I actually interviewed my own kids, our own children, about what some of their best experiences were, and it was really interesting to hear their answers. With Daniel, he said snow because we were in Florida. There's no snow in Florida. So when we RV'd in Colorado and in Georgia, we got snow both times. Obviously in different quantities, right? The Georgia snow was a little bit a dusting versus in Colorado, we had some blizzards. There were inches and inches and inches and inches of snow, and it lasted a while. So those were really great experiences that he took home with him, which are fantastic. Let's see, Shiloh, hello. Glad to see me, thank you. Oh, from Canada, awesome. You guys don't RV full-time, but you love to get out as much as possible. Yeah. And I think, folks that I know from Canada that do RV extensively, they do the 6-month thing. So they're, down here for 6 months and then they go back to Canada for 6 months, I think because of the healthcare requirements or something like that. But that's cool that they can get away like that. Let's see, Jennifer, you guys are rebuilding. Okay, and you're RVing full-time. Wow, okay. What type of generator do we have? We have I know this sounds, a Champion 3500 dual fuel inverter. Yes, I'm going to see if I can multitask here and actually look it up with a link and stuff, because we have a blog post dedicated just to the generator, all about it if you're looking for one. It is, not as quiet as the Honda ones that are, everybody recommends those. And if you can swing that, yes. But ours was about $1,000 cheaper, and it's not horrifically noisy, and it gets the job done. And because it's a dual fuel, we can use not only gasoline, but we can also use propane, which is great. Yeah, I got the blog post. I'm going to put it in the comments so that way if you want to read up on it. Because I am not the expert on this. This is all Robert. He did all the research for it. And only thing I know how to do is start it, stop it, and refuel it. That's about it. Let's see. Let me go back to questions. Super Douche Coop. Our idea of an RV resort is a spot in the desert with no neighbors within a quarter mile. We rarely stay in campgrounds as we spend our summers as caretakers of a small state park in South Dakota. Ooh, that sounds cool. That's amazing. So you guys are the camp hosts and stuff there? Yeah, it's better if you can. As far as privacy and also just really being out in nature to be able to boondock as much as possible. Sometimes it's just not realistic for everybody. And, for us with the kids too, they're like, we want a pool. So, we would do the out in nature, out in the middle of nowhere. And then we would do someplace that had all the amenities to get that balance, to make sure everybody really just, got their needs met. So that's what we did. Let's see. What would you do the camp host show again? Sorry, I'm like, I should have maybe had some coffee after this. I'm like, when we camp host again, I'm going to say yes. At the time when we did it, though, I was working. Not only did we have the blog and the YouTube channel, but I also had another part-time job, and then Robert was working full-time. And that was kind of hard. And the kids were a lot younger, so it was harder sometimes to leave them on their own to go, clean the bathrooms and things like that. But now that they're older, now we can leave them, not just see y'all later, but there's a lot more confidence in being able to leave them, and they'll be able to handle anything for the hour or so that I'm gone cleaning. And I don't have that other part-time job, so I'm just doing the blog and the YouTube channel. So I think it would have been a lot more manageable, and I think it would be great again. Yeah, we would do it again. There's a lot of perks as far as, you don't have to worry about a campsite fee. And then you get to go to all the places that are in that park for free, you know? And for us, since we like to talk a lot, you've probably noticed, and meet new people, it was a really natural way to do that and to help people, which we also really enjoy. So it's a very rewarding. I mean, cleaning toilets is not rewarding. Not really, but you know, at the end of the day, when you're like, your toilets are sparkling clean and people are like, these are the best toilets ever, you know, that part is rewarding. Um, oh wow, so Super Juice Coop, they run the whole park. 10 hours mowing this week. Wow. So it's your park. Do you guys mind sharing just in case people want to come out to see it? And me, y'all. No pressure. You don't have to or anything. But that sounds really cool. Yeah, I admire anybody who runs an RV park, any of those things. It's a lot of work. I think, you know, sometimes as an RVer, you don't realize how much it takes to maintain all that stuff until you are a camp host or you talk to somebody that does it. We've had friends that when we were in Colorado, we stayed somewhere and that park hired a lot of people for the summer. And they worked hard a lot of the time. It was no joke. And I mean, all the people that they had to hire just for the summer rush to make sure that everything ran properly. It's a lot. It takes a lot. I'm saying a lot. Aw, Union Grove SP State Park. Awesome. Oh my gosh, it would be so fun to co-host a park. Man, that would be amazing. Amazing. Oh my gosh. So you guys volunteer and put in 60 hours a week. Wow. Yeah, when we did ours, we only did like 20. And for some of that, we were in North Georgia and we did it from January to March. So there weren't a lot of people in January or February. Really, there were like 4 campers, including us. When it got warmer in March, that's when it really took off. But I think there were only like 30 campsites. There weren't that many, so it wasn't that big of a deal anyway. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to tune in at the anniversary of me starting chemo a year ago and kind of unofficially moving out of the RV at that time to recuperate. And yeah, I'll let you guys know. Definitely, if you're not following us on social media, follow us there. We have a Facebook page and Instagram because we post some more personal stuff. Because sometimes on YouTube, folks aren't really that interested in that stuff. So we don't usually, post that kind of information. So follow us there because I will be sharing whether or not how my PET scan results came back and whether or not I'm getting my port removed, which I believe that I am. So let's see, have I been to Stone Mountain State Park in Georgia? Is it nice? We have been there. We have been there as during the day for day use, and then we've never stayed there, but we had friends that were the camp hosts there. And so we got to hang out at the campground, and it was nice. It wasn't a resort by any stretch of the imagination. It was very much like a state park, but it was nice. They had a nice play area for kids and stuff like that, and the views were magnificent, very scenic. So I would recommend it, even though we haven't stayed there. I wanted to stay there. Hey, Greg's Travel, thank you so much. Thank you for the prayers. And hi, Megavan Mike. Hi, I was just logging off, man. I'm just logging off. I've been on for a little bit here. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys later. If you have any questions, put them and you're watching this as a replay or we're getting ready to log off. What? This is why a lot of times I do I don't do a scripted thing, but I have notes. I didn't have any notes today and I'm tripping all over the place, but this is really what it's like to hang out with me. So hopefully it's fine. Anyway, so if you have any questions or comments and you missed the whole live or whatever, just leave them below and I'll do my best to get back to you. I know sometimes I'm not great at it. It's a lot of comments, which is great, but I don't always get back in a timely fashion. But yeah, Thank you guys. You have a great evening, and we'll catch you next time. Don't forget to check out our blog, exploringthelocallife.com, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more timely day-to-day happenings. And we get a lot more personal there. So thank you so much. We will catch you later. Have a good weekend. Bye. Bye-bye.